to cheer on the hometown Heat.
Let's get a nice clean game.
Looking at San Antonio, they want to turn it around after the loss to Charlotte at the Time Warner Cable Arena. And so the tip-off, it's Miami. A look at the San Antonio Spurs opening lineup. Derrick Rose is out there with Green. Then it's Anthony. Then there's Noah. And it's Porzingis in at the 4. And Wall kicks to Dudley. 6 on the shot clock. Moving it up. Wall with the steal. Jordan with the screen on Green. And Wall. Here we go now. And Lure gets it to go. Well, guys, how good a playmaker is John Wall? Second in assists last season to Chris Paul. Clark, he almost finished number 1.
Yeah, and the only difference really is that Paul was a little more efficient than Wall. Paul had a 4-to-1 assist to turnover ratio. Wall was only at 2.5-to-1. But some of that is Paul's experience.
Jordan the screen. There's the dish to Powell. 6 to shoot. Some solid defense from Rhodes.
You're not going to see that very often. Plenty of space, but he just, let's face it, he whiffs on that one.
From deep, Green. The shot is off. And here's Miami. Jordan with the screen on Noah. It's Wall with the drive. No good off the pick.
Hey, they got the shot they wanted off of that pick, but it just doesn't fall.
Yeah, it didn't go down, but you'll take that shot every single time, Greg. That's good offense.
Here's Porzingis. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
Powell dishes the Wall. And it's Lure, top of the key. Over in the corner, Dudley. Feeds to Powell. No good. Now San Antonio takes it the other way. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Rose passes to Porzingis from the arc. And it's Derrick Rose with the 3. Rose has got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Now here's Wall. Pass to Dudley. And Lure kicks to Powell. Tries to snap the cold streak. Rose with the block.
Really just struggling here in the first few minutes. 5 attempts with only 1 falling.
He'd have gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. Wall attacking. The 3 from Dudley. Here's Lure. Lays it up, and despite of the excellent defense at that, Lure's got 5 points so far. Outside Rose. There's a good screen. Anthony right side. There's Green with the 3. And it's Miami with the rebound.
I think it's been said about 1,000 times now how Coach Spoelstra started as a video coordinator with the Heat, but he's been with the organization for so long, they are starting to become synonymous.
Here's Lure. Here's Wall. And too long on the shot.
The shot's there for him, and he's got to take it. I don't care if he doesn't convert. That's a shot he has to continue to take.
Now here's Anthony. Back to Rose. He feeds it to Anthony. They grab their own miss. The kick out to Rose. Passes to Noah. Dives for it. It's stolen by Green. Anthony dishes to Green. Back to Anthony. And he dunks it down.
And guys got careless with the ball there, and the turnover leads to the big stuff.
Once he came up right with the steal, he went straight on the attack.
That's exactly the way to do it, too, Kevin. Go hard to the bucket and don't let them set up the defense.
And the Heat going with the whole new group on the floor. Miami trailing. Now Lawson. Ajinça up top. The steal. And a fast break now for the Spurs. And here we go. It's stolen by Lawson. And here comes Lawson leading the fast break. Here's Beasley. Thomas passes to a follow. And the go-ahead bucket, no good. The Spurs have gotten 3 of 8 shots to fall for them here in the first quarter. Here's Cole. Lawson defending. Pick by Mozgov. Over in the corner, Cole. He used that pick to perfection.
And he came off that screen, and the D just didn't get over the top of it.
Yep, weren't there in time enough to challenge Greg, and when that's the case, you can mark those up for him.
Beasley the screen. Outside for Thomas. Back to Beasley. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. And the second player taken in the 2008 draft, Michael Beasley out of Kansas State, has been the ultimate wild card. Incredibly high expectations for him. At one time, he was the best high school player in the country. But now, you know, Greg, in his 8th season, he's bounced around a little bit. You wonder if he will ever fulfill that great potential.
You know, you could argue he's the best player in college that 1 year at Kansas State. I mean, unstoppable scorer and rebounder on the collegiate level. And he's shown flashes, but that's the one thing about this level. So much of the game is mental. And not everybody's equipped to handle the responsibility of being a great player.
Excellent play. Here's Lawson. Quiet so far offensively, searching for his first points of the game. Lawson is doubled. Ajinça kicks to Beasley. Lawson dishes to Ajinça. Shot clock at 5. On its way from a follow for 2. Miami no good on that time either.
And thinking about Michael Beasley's career now, he did have a breakout season in 10 and 11 with the Timberwolves. It was enough to land him a 3-year, $18 million contract with the Suns a couple of years ago. Arrow seemed to be pointing up, but then things headed south quickly.
And Cole kicks to Meeks. No luck. And Miami the other way now.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
Yeah, I like the way they're setting the tone. Really playing with a lot of energy here at the start.
Good ball movement there by the Heat. And it's out of bounds to the Heat as Miami retains possession. Clock at 6. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
Here's Cole. The feed to Meeks. Good if it goes. And so the first quarter is in the books. Spurs lead by 4. Back after this from the American Airlines Arena. And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for the Spurs.
Boy, they've really amped up the pressure at the defensive end, guys, and have piled up the steals in the early going.
Yeah, but they've also protected the paint extremely well. You see that in their block shot totals, but also they've altered a lot of shots.
We've got Thomas. Powell is up there with Wall. Then there's Jared Dudley. And it's Jordan in the pivot spot manning the middle. That's the group on the floor for Miami. Down low. Here's Cole. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
And good passing, setting up a lot of these buckets right now, Kevin. That's been the key.
Time-dropping delights is what I call it.
That is a nice pass. I will give you that one.
Yep, he's on the money, that's no doubt.
And that is a major league flush right there, my friends.
And in a tight contest like this, Greg, that might be just what they need to get the tide rolling in their direction.
You're exactly right. I mean, so often when a team gets that kind of explosive play out of its backcourt, that can really rally and galvanize the whole squad.
Snell, the pass to Mozgov. Got a piece of it. Snell dishes to Mozgov. Snell, no good.
Well, I tell you what, that's too good a look to pass up there. Even though it didn't go, that's one you got to take.
To the middle. And DeAndre Jordan throws it down.
Great pass. John Wall is really good at finding the open man.
Well, the Spurs just don't go on losing streaks very often, Greg. One perk of being a talented veteran group.
Yeah, how about the Spurs lost 4 games in a row twice last year. Over the last decade before that, Kevin, they had only lost 4 games in a row twice. Unbelievable.
And Miami has possession after the basket by San Antonio. He dishes it to Lure. Kicks to Powell. And he says right back at you with a big dunk of his own.
And that's how it's done. I mean, find that hole in the D and then go hard to the rack.
Maybe that hole was a little bigger than it should have been.
Well, it was. I mean, a tight game like this one, you'd think they'd have a little more energy at the defensive end than that.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game.
And it's just hard to imagine the Spurs without Coach Popovich on the sidelines. He's the longest tenured coach in the NBA and has done so much for this team. Easily one of the best coaches in the history of our league.
So San Antonio going with an almost entirely new group here. Joakim Noah, he's checked in for Mozgov. Porzingis comes in for Boris Diaw. Anthony's checked in for Tony Snell. And Derrick Rose is subbed in for Norris Cole. And Greg, you know, for Popovich being with the Spurs for so long, since 1996, Clark, he is actually the longest tenured coach in all of sports right now.
Amazing, Kevin, and he's done it through winning. I mean, the 3rd fastest coach ever to get to 1,000 wins. You compare his numbers with any coach in any sport, and they stack up as Hall of Fame caliber.
And Wall. Here we go now. Anthony kicks to Rose. Back to Anthony. Powell pulls it in.
Right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone.
Wall dishes to Jordan. Now the pass to Powell. Feeds to Jordan. Taken away by Anthony. To the paint. Here's Hazanya. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Hazanya's got 4 points now in the quarter.
You know, that's been a big part of their offense in the early stages. I mean, their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range, right at the rim.
And Clark, they might as well keep doing it. I mean, attack the basket until the defense makes an adjustment.
5 on the clock. Jordan with the screen on Rose. High post shot. Off the left rim and out.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Pass to Hazanya. Back to Rose. The 3. The shot, no good. Wall with some nice defense. To the inside. Heat moving the ball around. On its way from Dudley for 2. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
That's his first personal foul.
And for Jared Dudley, a bit of a resurgence last season. Found a team he liked playing for, played much closer to his career numbers than the year before with the Clippers.
Yeah, and that's a great point. I mean, he turned back the clock in almost every category, and I think to your point, a lot of it has to do with the fit. He's on a team in a role that suits his talent, and I think you're going to see him continue to be consistent.
Anthony, the pass to Noah. To the paint. Here's Green, and he converts the layup.
You know, of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is major smash mouth basketball, guys.
You're all about imposing your will offensively, getting exactly the kind of looks their coach drew up.
Here's Wall. After the basket by San Antonio. Ajinça with it. Now Anthony defending. Wall's shot is off.
And, you know, going back to Jared Dudley, he helps you in so many different ways. Shoots a lot of threes, yet does so efficiently. He rebounds, he passes the ball. He'll get a little physical, too. He's a valuable vet to have in your locker room. They've really flipped things around offensively.
Yeah, and anytime you can make more than half of your shots, you'll take that.
A different look for Miami. Lance Thomas comes in for Jared Dudley. And it's Lawson in for John Wall.
And you know what Jared Dudley's nickname was in college? The Junkyard Dog. I mean, for his toughness and that nose he has for the ball. 2 attributes that have served him greatly here at the next level.
Here's Ajinça. That one falls, coming off of Thomas's feet.
Crafty pass work there, getting it down low for the easy deuce.
Outside Anthony. It's deflected.
Inside 2 minutes.
1:58 left in the first half of the game. He lobs it up. Beasley with the steal. And here's Lawson. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. Back to Beasley. And he drops in the layup off the glass. And now it's just a 4-point Spurs lead.
Nice work on the inside. Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy down there, and a little artistry on the inside helps him make it happen.
And nobody, guys, among the defenders stepping up to challenge him on that drive to the 10.
And Greg, he says, thank you very much, and sails in for the flush.
And those are the kind of sequences that tell you why the score is what it is. Boy, that's a nice feed by Lawson.
Rose against Lawson. Rose passes to Porzingis. Back to Rose. 6 on the shot clock. And he gets the bucket. And the Spurs lead by 6.
Yeah, after a first quarter where they struggled from long range, they've really started to get it closer to the basket.
Yeah, and that's a nice adjustment on their part, Greg. Even for the best three-point shooting team, sometimes you got to do a little something different to get your offense going.
Here's Lawson, and lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
Yeah, in this quarter, they've had the right approach, driving and drawing, initiating contact, create opportunities, get to the line.
Yeah, I like everything you said there, because when all else fails, if you can get to the stripe, that's really a good way to change the momentum in the game, because you get points and you also slow down the opponent because the game isn't going up and down as much.
From deep, Green. And so it's a close game as we wrap up the first half of basketball. It's San Antonio up by 4. Back after this from the American Airlines Arena. And it's been a back-and-forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Third quarter starting here now. You have to like what we're seeing from Carmelo Anthony.
And what he gives his team, guys, is an edge. He just lights up an arena when he gets it going. And in that first half, young fella had it going.
It's not just an edge, though, Greg. I think he gives them a confidence and a swagger they wouldn't otherwise have. And he's a special player to have around, no doubt about that.
Welcome back, everybody. The start of the second half getting underway. Both teams battling hard through the first half. You have to like what we're seeing from Carmelo Anthony.
And what he gives his team, guys, is an edge. He just lights up an arena when he gets it going. And in that first half, young fella had it going.
Not just an edge, though, Greg. I think he gives them a confidence and a swagger they wouldn't otherwise have. And he's a special player to have around, no doubt about that.
On the court right now for the Spurs. They've got Anthony. Rose is out there with Green. Then there's Noah. And it's Porzingis in the power forward.
He might not get a better look than that all game. You have to get closer to him. He's not going to bite you. Get up in him.
Andre Jordan has been extremely productive over 7 years. That makes it even more unbelievable that there was some question, Clark, as to his commitment to basketball coming into the league.
Yeah, you know, on talent and athleticism alone, he would have been a top 10 pick for sure, but he slipped to the second round, and he's made good on it, though.
Wall attacking. Kept alive. Here's Lure, and it's blocked. First minute and a half of basketball here in the third quarter. A shot by Anthony. Nobody around. Gets it to go from beyond the arc.
You know, his ability is matched only by his energy, guys. I mean, he's usually in the middle of everything for his team.
They set the screen. Dishes it to Lure. Fires the three. And good. Coming off the assist by Wall. Lure's got 10 points in the game.
And how about that for a response?
Well, it sounded as though, or at least it looked as though it sounded like, we'll give you a three, and then we'll take it right back.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. Two minutes gone in this third quarter now. Rose with the ball. It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. Releases. And another basket for San Antonio.
I love his shot selection today. He set the bar for the rest of the team.
Rose against Wall. And Lure kicks to Wall. Inside. Stolen by Noah. And stolen by Jordan. Lure dishes to Dudley. Here's Lure. Covered by Anthony. The three from Dudley.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
Rose against Wall. Clock at 6. Rose passes to Porzingis. Fires for three. Rose, no good. The Heat trail by 5. Outside, Wall. He kicks to Lure. Knocked loose.
I think he was surprised by how much space he had there and just rushed the shot a little bit.
And out of bounds as San Antonio gains possession.
Man, I don't know what happened right there. He just basically walked out of bounds.
Hezonja, he's checked in for San Antonio. Rose passes to Hezonja. Back to Rose. Pass to Porzingis. Down low. Hezonja takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Well, listless and lifeless at the defensive end. I mean, especially inside. They've really got to pick up that interior defense.
And Wall kicks to Lure. In transition, here comes San Antonio. Here's Anthony. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Rose has got his 4th assist in this one. And an important part of every team's game, a look at the hustle stats for the Spurs.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ballgame.
Yeah, but they've also done a great job of playing in space, getting out in transition every opportunity.
Here's Powell. Shot to stop the drought. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. He's on his way to the free throw line.
And that putback about as easy a bucket as you're going to get.
Exactly what happens when you don't box out, Greg.
The Spurs making a switch here. Mozgov, he's checked in for Noah. Diaw comes in for Porzingis. Jody Meeks, he's checked in for Hezonja. And Cole subbed in for Rose. The dish to Cole. Out left to the wing. Mozgov's shot is off. And something not a lot of people talk about, Ty Lawson's defense. He has the lateral quickness, Clark, and strong lower body that gives, point guards fits.
Yeah, he's like a fire hydrant in terms of his build and strength. He's a good ball defender, but he gambles sometimes, so that can cut both ways. He'll get steals, but he'll also put you in tough positions defensively.
And the Heat making a change here. Jens is checked in. Outside for Thomas. Lets the 3 fly. And that one's good. Thomas got his first 3 points of the game.
Talk about doing a Rip Van Winkle on defense. Come on, guys, wake up. Why are they leaving him open at the 3-point line? Come on.
Now here's Anthony. He's got 14. He feeds it to Meeks. The Spurs need to get a shot off here. There's Mozgov. No good off the front iron.
In talking about Lawson's defense, he was down in steals last season. But a part of that is because he stopped gambling as much. He's learned where to pick his spots.
They get it back.
You know, guys, if he does his work early, he knows when he gets in a good position, his size gives him a big edge on the glass.
Here's Diaw. Oh, yes, the turnaround. And the Spurs lead by 6.
Getting back to Ty Lawson, he's under 6 feet without shoes, relatively short wingspan as well, yet he's always had to deal with size limitations on defense, but he uses phenomenal anticipation and speed to win more than his share of battles at that end of the floor.
Spurs leading by 3. Diaw, the screen. Here's Cole. Lawson defending. Meeks dishes to Mozgov. Outside Anthony. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. Carmelo Anthony, the 3rd pick overall in the 2003 NBA draft, was in some pretty good company at the top of that one, as I recall.
I mean, you had LeBron going 1, and, of course, Darko Milicic was number 2 on that list. But how about D-Wade at 4? A little bit of a surprise, Chris Bosh. You know, all those guys, with the exception of Melo, have rings.
Ajinczak kicks to Thomas, and it's Beasley finishing it off.
How about that fantastic finish and the aggressive move, too, Kevin?
Trying to send a message, Clark, with that slam, I think.
And I'm not sure if it was text or email, but he definitely threw that one down.
Diaw, the screen. And Cole kicks to Meeks. Diaw with a wide-open look. 3 quarters of play in a close game here. Spurs lead by 3. And we'll have the start of the 4th quarter for you as soon as we get back from this short break. All right, the 4th quarter of action getting underway. We've had a great one so far with both sides coming to play. Here's Powell. They've got Powell. Jordan is out there with John Lewis. And it's Wall. And it's Thomas in the 3 slot. That's the group on the floor for Miami. Here's Powell. Jordan, the pass to Lewis. 4 on the clock. The Heat need to get a shot off. It's stolen by Rose. Passes to Green. There's the triple. And there's Derrick Rose on the assist by Green. That's 7 points for Derrick Rose.
That was simply a defensive breakdown there, Kevin. He was all alone for that shot. It was a warm-up jumper.
Wall's shot is off.
That is some tough defense there against one of the better finishers in our game.
Mozgov against Thomas. Rose sets the screen for Green. Rose kicks to Mozgov. It's stolen by Wall. The feed to Powell. He dishes it to Lure. Left side, Wall. Shot clock at 6. Kicks it to Jordan. Mozgov grabs the board. Spurs leading by 6. The pass to Diaw. Feeds it to Green. It's good. The assist that time from Diaw.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've come to expect from him.
Fellas, you look at Boris Diaw and say, my goodness, if he could just get in better shape. But he uses every bit of that significant backside of his to his advantage. Opponents can't get through him or around him. So he's making good use of the extra LBs.
Now a timeout called by Miami. Getting back to Diaw, he has a sneaky quick first step. You think he won't or can't blow by you, then suddenly, and you know this, Greg, you're stuck to his hip as he's taking it to the rack for a and one.
You know, he's a bit like Foreman, and I'm not talking about his body type.
Or the drill.
Yeah, you know, Diaw plays with you a little bit, puts that body on you, lulls you to sleep, and wham, shows you up in the worst way.
And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Guys, over that last break, I listened to Eric Spoelstra address his team. He let his players know that they've got to do a better job on defense. He said, they're scoring any way they want. We've got to show some pride here. Let's make a stand defensively, get us stops, and get on a run of our own. Do they have it in them, Kevin?
Lawson kicks to Jordan. Back to Lawson. Lure can't hit. The Miami Heat comes into this one following a loss to the Hornets in Charlotte. Rose kicks to Diaw, and he jams it after taking the nice feed on the run.
tell you what, he can do a lot more damage to that rim than that when he wants to.
And you know, Clark, with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Me too.
Well, I'll tell you what, I'm glad he didn't, because otherwise we'd probably have a 45-minute delay here as he shattered the backboard.
And that one falls for Aaron Aflalo.
You know, another point of contention between every NBA fan is whether or not the age restriction is a good thing. Some want it increased, others want it gone altogether. You know, for me, it's a matter of whether or not you as a team feel that that player can make an impact on your roster.
Now here's Henderson. And there's the foul. It'll go on Jared Dudley. That's his first foul. Carmelo Anthony, he's checked in for Gerald Henderson. Rose against Lawson. Rose goes in. Out to Anthony. No good on the three. And there are arguments, Clark, on both sides for the NBA and the age restriction it has currently right now. Having one seems to have helped the level of play overall, but I think there's some improvements that can be made.
Yeah, with the D-League coming into its own, though, Kevin, the discussion has opened up again. NBA teams used to not have a place for high school players. The D-League could serve in that regard now, but having a restriction is something that I think has helped the NBA. I actually would like to see it be 20 years old.
Me too. John Wall's checked in for the Heat. Pass to Carmelo. And the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Dion.
Well, he just didn't make the catch, didn't look the ball into his hands. He must have thought the ball was going somewhere else.
Outside, Wall. And he uses both hands to jam it in.
And sometimes when you want something done, you got to do it yourself. That dunk's the shot in the arm they need to really cut into that lead.
Well, Greg, it certainly got everybody on their bench up and off their seats and cheering.
Yeah, that could be an instant momentum shift. That certainly was a rim wrecker. That's their third straight make off an assist.
Great ball movement.
Dishes to Jordan. To the right side. Here's Dudley. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Jordan.
Give it up for your Heat.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. The Heat making a switch here. Powell's checked in. The Spurs also changing it up. Joakim Noah, he's checked in for Mozgov. Porzingis comes in for Boris Diaw. And it's Green in for Jody Meeks. Pass to Porzingis. Back to Rose. Anthony. That shot is good. He has made 8 while missing only 4. That's 67% shooting.
Boy, guys, they've shown some great passing on their last few trips down the floor. Excellent.
4 straight passes leading to scores. Great team play.
Now here's Jordan. Powell dishes to Lure. And the foul on Derrick Rose. That'll be his second foul of the game.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Yeah, but in this case, I think he got it right. I mean, the defender was still moving there and never really had good legal guarding position. He wasn't set.
And here's Dudley for 3. That's good. Dudley's got 5 points now this quarter.
Defenders need to recognize and be alert to staying on him as we get into crunch time.
Rose passes to Porzingis. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
And that kind of defense ain't gonna get it done.
Gee, we don't see those kinds of dunks out of him all the time, but we know he's got it in him.
There's no doubt about that, fellas. I mean, the more finishes like that he gets, the more his confidence will grow.
Got a hand on it. 1:41 left to play here in the fourth. Rose with the ball. He's picked up by Wall. Shot clock at 6. The dish to Green. Noah kicks to Rose. It's stolen by Wall. Here's Powell. That three off target. Had some space there after the little pump fake. Outside Rose. Outside Green. This one for 3. And it's Miami with the rebound. There's the pick. Wall attacking. Anthony with the block. And it's out of bounds. The Heat able to retain possession here. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Dudley buries it. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5. And an intentional foul right there. A basket here, and this game may be all over.
Yeah, but the main priority, Kevin, has to be taking care of the basketball and using the clock.
Now here's Rose. He kicks to Green. And they go to the intentional foul. He drops the first one, and that increases their lead to 6.
2 shots.
So he gets them both, and it's a 7-point game.
Those foul shots put them that much more in the driver's seat.
And the Heat call time here. They trail by 7. There's 21 seconds left in the game. Guys, your thoughts?
You know what? You can talk all you want, but I just don't see a scenario that's going to get them back in it.
Yeah, who knows what he's drawing up in there, maybe working on a play for down the road in another game, but whatever it is, it's too late for this one.
Meeks passes to Hazanya. San Antonio again missing.
And if the shot's not there, you've got to understand that move the basketball.
Yeah, exactly, and I'm not quite sure what his mindset or what he was thinking there. I mean, that was just a terrible shot.
And so it's San Antonio with the win. A truly gutsy performance away from home.
You know, it really was. And, Kevin, when this one was hanging in the balance late, they showed just what a tough-minded group they can be.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Clark Kellogg, Greg Anthony, and Doris Burke, this is Kevin Harlan along with our entire 2K sports crew, thanking you for tuning in. And now time to go to Ernie Johnson, who's alongside Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith.